guys, I am really sorry if you cannot hear or see me. I'm filming in my garden on my phone for the first time ever. I just wanted to give an update on Serpent and Dove because I'm reading outside, so you'll probably see the glare and everything. But you know what? I'm embracing it. I'm embracing the madness that is going to be this vlog, and probably you can even hear me. So I just wanted to say that I am 45 pages into this book, and it is a reread for me. And it's really fun so far. I just read a few darker books, so I was really in the mood for something a little bit more lighthearted and fun. So I think I may have found what I was looking for. And what is Starkey doing? Okay. And yeah, that is it pretty much. I am enjoying it. I am going to continue reading, and I will update you later. Hey guys, it is a little bit later now, and I read another 50 pages of Serpent and Dove, so I thought I would update you on what is happening. So we're just at the part where this is all in the synopsis, where the chasseur, Reed, and the witch, Lou, have to get married. And I remember that when I read this the first time, I thought, this is ridiculous. Like, how is this a reason enough to marry them off? But as I know what's gonna happen, I now see the stuff coming together. You know, I see the person who's making them get married. I see that what they were thinking, and how this was like a perfect opportunity for them. So because I know what's happening, but I could see why people would think this is absolutely ridiculous. But it is just such a fun book. I mean, it's flying by, it's just a ton of fun, and yeah, it is just like something I needed right now to enjoy on a summer day. It's like a fun fantasy romance to read, and I'm having a wonderful time. So that's pretty much it. I'm trying to update every 50 pages. I'm doing it on my phone, and yeah, just having a very good time reading, and I'll see you when I've read another 50 pages. Hey guys, it is a bit later, and I'm on page almost 200, so I didn't check up on page 150. But there's something here, and I don't know how Shelby Mahurin writes her stories, because I've only ever read this book by her. I didn't continue. I haven't read the second and third one, which just came out. So, but on page 198 of the hardcover, Reed gives Lou a book that's like a romance book. And he says it's a love story, and then he says the characters are from warring kingdoms, but they're forced to work together when they uncover a plot to destroy the world. They loathe each other initially, but in time they're able to set their differences aside. And then she interrupts him, joking around. And then she continues on, and it says, it's a story that examines the social construct of humanity, interprets the nuance of good versus evil, and explores the passion of war, love, friendship, and death. Death? Yes, the lovers die at the end. So I wonder if Lou and Reed are gonna die at the end. We'll see. I mean, at the end of the trilogy, I suppose, not at the end of this book. Hey guys, it is much later now. It is past 6 p.m. It's almost going on 7 p.m. And I got ready, as you can tell, finally. Yay! I have made some progress, but I have basically filmed 2 videos, which you will have seen. They were my July book haul and my July wrap-up. And I was on Pete's channel for the A Betrayal in Winter live show, which I will leave linked up here. I think now it's up here, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was able to talk A Betrayal in Winter with Pete and Alan and Kate and Klaus, and that was a ton of fun. I love this book so much, and so yeah, that's basically what I've been doing. When it comes to Serpent and Dove, I'm now on page 282, and I'm still having a great time. I'm having a ton of fun. It's really what I needed after reading such like dark books and things that were a little bit more heavy. It's a lot of fun. I'm having a great time, and it is a bit more chilly now out here, which is good because it was nice and hot today. So I don't think I'm going to finish this tonight. I may not. I don't know. It depends on what we're going to do. But worst case, I'll finish it tomorrow, and it would have been a sort of a weekend reading vlog, to be honest. So that's always fun. So I'm going to go back to reading, continue on. I have like 220 pages left. So I will talk to you later.
yesterday I didn't vlog at all because yesterday was a very emotionally charged day. My cat, Starkey, who is a sweet angel, had disappeared for like 24 hours. We had no news of him. He didn't come home to eat. He didn't... This is very unlike... I mean, some people would say, you were so worried for 24 hours. My cat doesn't disappear, like, ever. He goes, and sometimes he spends 4 hours roaming in other people's gardens. Like, we knocked at our neighbors. She's like, oh no, today he didn't come, because he always comes and hangs out with our cats in my kitchen. That's how he is. He's a very friendly cat. He goes to other people's homes, and thank God they don't care. But he always comes home in the meantime. He always comes home to just say hello, to eat, to nap a little bit. But 24 hours without him, without any news, calling him, bringing him food, anything, no news. I was a mess yesterday. I was a mess. But I did finish Serpent and Dove, and I want to talk about it. So I had been giving a few updates here and there, and I finished the rest of this yesterday. I don't know if I had a half of it left. I don't remember exactly how much of this book I had left. But what I will say is that a day like yesterday, where I was emotionally distraught, I couldn't focus on anything. I kept on looking for him. I kept on calling his name. I kept on pausing what I was reading to find my cat, to cry, to, you know, just that kind of stuff. This kind of book is exactly what you need in that kind of situation. If I had been reading the Stormlight Archive, I would have put it down. I couldn't focus. I even started another book after finishing this. That I'm loving the book, but I could only get to 3 chapters because it is the kind of book where I need to focus, and I couldn't really focus. He did come home last night, so it was fine. He came home at midnight, so that was that. But I will say, these kinds of books, and that's why I love these kinds of books. No, I cannot compare this to a Stormlight Archive. No, I cannot compare this to Mistborn. No, I cannot compare this to all these amazing books. But this serves its own purpose. This is like popcorn. When you need to eat something and you just fancy something that is a little bit like junk foody, but just like for fun. I love these kinds of books for that. This is why I read this one in the first place, and now I'm rereading it. And I didn't leave it at 5 stars. I gave it a 4 stars because I had a really good time with this one. And I could see that people say this is ridiculous. The ending is so rushed and everything just comes so easy to the characters. And I agree, it does. It really does. Like, the last showdown is the last, like, what, 60 pages of this? Not even. But that's not why you read these kinds of books. You read these kinds of books for the romance, for the angst, for the funny interactions between the characters, which is also what I got from Blood and Ash or from Sarah J. Maas books, and it is what I got from Serpent and Dove. Now, like I said, I totally understand if people don't enjoy this, but I had a great time. I give this one 4 stars, like I said, upon reread, and I'm very excited that I was able to vlog this one because I don't even know what I have from footage anymore. I don't know what I said in those updates. But I just had a grand old time reading this, and I was so grateful that this is what I was reading when the things happened that happened this weekend, because it kept my mind off of things, it kept me engaged, it kept me with the story. I already knew the characters, I already knew what was going to happen, so I didn't need a 100% focus with all the backstory and everything, but it was just great fun. So would I recommend this book? Yes, I recommend this book. Insofar as you like fantasy romance, you have to like fantasy romance, otherwise you will not enjoy this. This has 1 explicit sex scene, that's it, but you have to enjoy fantasy romance, you have to enjoy the angst, you have to enjoy those kinds of tropes in your books and in your fantasy. And this is not the kind of book that I will read all the time, but it is the kind of book that I read every once in a while when I need something light, when I need a little pick-me-up, when I need a romance but don't feel like reading a contemporary romance. I still want to be in a fantasy world with witches and with witch hunters and things like that. This is great. This is a book that 17-year-old Joana would have just been head over heels with, which I remember now. When I first read this book, when it came out, it is exactly something that I was telling the person I buddy read this with, because this has always been a buddy read, and I was buddy reading this one with my good friend Ruby back in the day, and I told her 17-year-old Joana would have loved this. She would have been obsessed, head over heels, getting fan art, just obsessed with the series. And I felt nostalgic for that Joana back then, which is why I gave it 5 stars. I gave it 4 stars this time. I had a really good time. I'm very excited to continue on with the series and see where Shelby Mahurin takes us. These are perfect books for fall. So if you're looking for a fun fantasy romance that is completely out there, and it's not the best fantasy romance, I'm sure. I'm not very experienced in that field. I will leave Abby talk to you about this. But I had a good time. I'm not sad I read it. I had a really good time reading it. And yeah, that is it about this book. I think that if you enjoy these kinds of things, if the plot sounds interesting, if you like a little bit of angst, there is a little bit of that, I need to tell you something really important, but we're being interrupted thing. I hate that in books, but it's fine. I knew what I was signing up for with these kinds of books, so it was fine. That is it. That is what I thought from my reread of Serpent and Dove. I had a wonderful time. I'm glad I read this when I read this, and I am so glad that I have series like this that sometimes can pull me out of like really dark fantasies. Plus the two books I read right before this were really dark. One I absolutely loved, the other one not so much. And then this one just gave me that momentum for reading again. Finishing a 500-page book in 2 days also kind of like just gave me that boost of like, yes, I got this, I can do this. So that is it. That is my experience with rereading Serpent and Dove. Let me know in the comments down below if you've read it and or if you're thinking of picking it up. And if you have any other recommendations that are kind of like this for rainy days, let's say. And yeah, if you just want to let me know that you were here, leave a serpent and a dove emoji in the comments. This one was easy with this one, wasn't it? That is going to be it for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed what you saw here and if you want to see more from me. And until next time, happy reading. Bye guys.